Hey Bears fans, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Chicago Bears. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. That way, you'll always stay up to date with breaking news and exclusive content. Jordan Mailata's arrival at the Chicago Bears headquarters has ignited a frenzy among fans and insiders alike, sending shockwaves through social media as speculation runs wild about what this could mean for the franchise's offensive line. The towering Australian, whose journey from rugby fields in Sydney to the pinnacle of the NFL has been nothing short of extraordinary, is now at the center of a storm of anticipation. Observers are already dissecting every frame of the videos and images circulating online, analyzing his posture, the expression on his face, and even the choice of clothing as if they were clues to the terms of the potential deal. Analysts are weighing in, theorizing about how Mailata's presence could reshape the Bears' strategic approach, imagining scenarios where his unique combination of size, athleticism, and raw potential could create an impenetrable wall protecting the quarterback. The discussion is not limited to purely tactical implications. There's also a cultural dimension at play, with fans considering how his persona, work ethic, and off-field presence could energize the locker room and influence younger players, potentially turning Mailata into a cornerstone of the team's identity for years to come. While the official details of the contract remain shrouded in mystery, the very act of Mailata appearing at the Bears facility has fueled countless narratives about what the future might hold. Some commentators are speculating that this could be the start of a multi-year commitment, with the Bears signaling a bold statement of intent to fortify their offensive line for seasons ahead. Others are framing the moment as a potential turning point in the franchise's trajectory, suggesting that acquiring a player of Mailata's stature and untapped potential could be a gamble with high rewards if managed correctly. Fans are imagining him lining up against the league's elite pass rushers, projecting how his immense reach and surprising agility might neutralize threats that have plagued the Bears in previous campaigns. Social media threads are overflowing with comparisons to other dominant offensive linemen across the league, debates about Mailata's ceiling, and even lighthearted memes imagining him as an invincible force on the field. Amid all this chatter, the underlying consensus is that Mailata's presence, even before signing any official documents, has already altered the conversation around the Bears, introducing an air of optimism and intrigue that had been missing for some time. Rumors are swirling about the financial aspects of the deal, with insiders suggesting that the contract could include performance-based incentives designed to maximize Mailata's impact while mitigating risk for the franchise. There is talk of creative structuring, with bonuses tied to playing time, sacks allowed, and team success metrics, reflecting a modern approach to contracts that reward both commitment and measurable contribution. Speculators are analyzing what such an arrangement could imply about the Bears' long-term plans, hypothesizing that the front office may be signaling a broader strategy of targeting high-upside athletes who, like Mailata, have unconventional backgrounds but the physical traits necessary to thrive at the NFL level. Pundits are diving deep into the technical aspects, projecting how Mailata's ability to bend, extend, and maintain leverage could transform the Bears' offensive schemes, potentially allowing for a more aggressive passing attack and opening lanes for a ground game that has struggled to find consistency. Even opponents are taking notice, with chatter suggesting that rival teams will need to reconsider their defensive blueprints once Mailata officially joins the roster, anticipating the challenges posed by a player whose sheer size and coordination defy typical expectations for someone who came into football only recently. The timing of Mailata's arrival has sparked debates about how quickly he could integrate into the team's system, with insiders speculating that the Bears' coaching staff may be designing individualized drills and alignment packages to accelerate his adaptation. Analysts are theorizing that his presence could prompt a reshuffling of the offensive line hierarchy, creating competition and motivating other players to elevate their performance. The narrative extends beyond the field, as some suggest that Mailata's international background might influence the Bears' marketing strategy, potentially boosting the team's profile in Australia and expanding the global reach of the franchise. Fans are already imagining merchandise campaigns, social media content, and fan events centered around Mailata, hinting at a new chapter in the Bears' brand identity. Speculation is rife about how his personality will mesh with key veterans, whether he will emerge as a locker room leader, and how his work ethic, famously rigorous, might set a new standard for professionalism within the team. In essence, his arrival is not merely a transactional moment. It is being framed as a cultural infusion, a spark that could catalyze change both on and off the field. Observers are also contemplating the ripple effects on the team's salary cap and roster composition, with theories ranging from Mailata's potential influence on draft decisions to the strategic release or restructuring of other lineman contracts. There is a pervasive sense that acquiring Mailata could be part of a broader vision for the Bears, one that involves balancing immediate competitiveness with long-term developmental planning. Speculative analysts are envisioning scenarios where Mailata's presence allows the Bears to adopt more complex blocking schemes, perhaps facilitating a faster, more versatile offensive approach capable of exploiting mismatches against diverse defensive fronts. Conversations have expanded to include the psychological impact on opponents, suggesting that simply knowing Mailata could be lining up at left tackle might alter defensive game planning, sowing caution and hesitation that could be leveraged strategically. Social media reactions further amplify the narrative, as fans dissect every detail, from the arrival footage to the expressions of coaching staff, interpreting each element as a subtle signal about the team's future ambitions. Ultimately, Mailata's arrival at the Bears' headquarters has transcended the simple notion of a player signing a contract. It has evolved into a narrative rich with speculation, potential, and cultural significance, sparking discussions that encompass tactical analysis, locker room dynamics, financial strategy, and fan engagement. Even without official confirmation of contract specifics, the scene is being framed as a defining moment for the franchise, a potential inflection point that could shape not just the offensive line, but the entire identity of the team. Experts are already weighing the long-term implications, envisioning how Mailata's trajectory could mirror or diverge from other unconventional NFL success stories, and debating whether the gamble represents a bold step into the future or a calculated risk with high stakes. Enthusiasts are captivated by the unfolding story, following every update, rumor, and insider hint with fervent attention, and creating an atmosphere that merges anticipation, hope, and the thrill of possibility. The overarching sentiment is one of excitement, tempered with caution, as the football world watches closely, aware that the next chapter in Mailata's career, and potentially in the Bears' history, is on the verge of being written. Jordan Mailata, stepping into the Bears facility, opens the door to endless speculation about how he could immediately impact the offensive line. Observers are theorizing that his sheer size, combined with an agility that belies his stature, could provide a level of protection for the quarterback that has eluded the team in recent seasons. Analysts are running thought experiments about different line configurations, imagining Mailata paired with various veterans to optimize performance while accelerating his adaptation to the Bears system. Social media has exploded with fan theories, some predicting a rapid transformation of the offensive scheme, others suggesting that Mailata might inspire a philosophical shift in coaching philosophy, where his athletic profile allows for creative play calling previously deemed impractical. Even casual fans are drawn into the speculation, discussing how his Australian roots and unconventional path to the NFL might influence his perspective, work ethic, and relationship with teammates. Every subtle gesture, glance, or movement captured in videos of his arrival is being dissected as if it were a clue to the future strategy of the franchise, feeding a narrative that grows more intricate by the hour. Rumors suggest that Mailata's contract could be more than just a typical player deal, with insiders hinting at incentives that reward performance, durability, and team success. Speculators are analyzing what this could signal about the Bears' philosophy on risk and reward, suggesting that the team may be embracing innovative financial strategies to attract and retain high-upside talent. Analysts imagine scenarios where Mailata's impact could be immediate, allowing for more aggressive offensive plays, while simultaneously shaping the development of younger linemen who might benefit from his unique skill set. The conversation has expanded to include not only football strategy, but also organizational messaging, with many seeing Mailata's signing as a declaration of intent by the Bears to commit to building a dominant offensive unit. Fans are eagerly debating what this means for the competitive landscape of the league, envisioning matchups where Mailata could neutralize elite defensive players, potentially reshaping expectations for the Bears' offensive efficiency and long-term trajectory. Speculation has also touched on the psychological dimension of Mailata joining the Bears. Observers are considering how his presence might influence team morale, culture, and competitive mindset. Theories abound that his international journey and unconventional development path could inspire a new standard of resilience, adaptability, and focus within the locker room. Analysts envision Mailata acting as a stabilizing force, someone whose commitment to growth and improvement could set the tone for younger players while simultaneously challenging veterans to elevate their game. Fans are dissecting interactions with coaches and teammates, interpreting smiles, handshakes, and body language as subtle indicators of chemistry and potential leadership qualities. Every media snippet, from arrival footage to facility walkthroughs, becomes fodder for predicting how his arrival might ripple through team dynamics, sparking discussions about cohesion, locker room influence, and intangible qualities that often define championship-level squads. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The strategic implications of Mailata's arrival are being scrutinized to an extraordinary degree. Analysts are speculating on how his addition could enable more complex blocking schemes, alter running game strategies, and even affect the timing and design of passing plays. Observers suggest that Mailata's combination of length, strength, and agility may force opposing defenses to rethink traditional pass rush tactics, creating advantages that extend beyond immediate matchups. There is considerable discussion about how his skill set might be leveraged to protect key offensive weapons, create mismatches, and allow for innovative play design that challenges conventional defensive approaches. Social media amplifies these theories, with fans drawing up hypothetical formations, animated GIFs, and statistical projections to visualize potential outcomes. Even rival teams are thought to be recalculating defensive strategies in anticipation of facing an offensive line anchored by Mailata, illustrating the far-reaching implications of his arrival even before any formal game action. Financial speculation continues to dominate conversation, with insiders hinting that Mailata's deal could include performance-based incentives designed to reward tangible contributions while safeguarding the team's long-term salary flexibility. Analysts are theorizing that such structures could signal a new trend in how the Bears approach contracts, prioritizing high-upside athletes who bring both immediate impact and long-term growth potential. Conversations also explore how Mailata's presence could influence roster decisions, draft strategies, and even the broader culture of player evaluation within the organization. Fans are drawing parallels to other high-profile signings across the league, comparing potential outcomes and weighing risks versus reward. The narrative extends into a complex web of football strategy, financial management, and player development, suggesting that Mailata's arrival represents far more than a single transaction. It could be a catalyst for a reimagined approach to team building that reverberates across the franchise. Ultimately, the speculation surrounding Jordan Mailata's arrival at the Bears headquarters has transformed the story into a multi-dimensional narrative encompassing strategy, culture, finance, and fandom. Analysts are projecting scenarios that extend well beyond the immediate signing, contemplating long-term impacts on the team's identity, offensive philosophy, and competitive potential. Fans are captivated, treating every update as a piece of a puzzle that could redefine the Bears' future trajectory. Even in the absence of official contract confirmation, Mailata's presence has created a sense of anticipation, excitement, and debate that permeates every level of discussion, from social media chatter to expert analysis. The prevailing sentiment is that the next chapter in both Mailata's career and the Bears' evolution is poised to be monumental, filled with promise, uncertainty, and the electrifying possibility of transformation. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.